today about a course that we have recently mounted, and it's called the Gender Lens on Corporate Policies. Um, my name is Neharika. I'm a faculty here in the organizational behavior area. I have been working in the area of diversity and inclusion for many years. I also work on a course on enhancing leadership potential for women. We've offered this course with Sutapa. Sutapa, would you like to speak a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Sutapa Banerjee. I've been in the banking sector for about 24 years. I went off last year to do a fellowship at Harvard where I researched responsible business practices and the use of a gender lens. And I'm really happy now to have, along with Neharika, co-created this course, which we are currently teaching. As she mentioned, it's called a Gender Lens on Corporate Policies and Practices. And we come from exploring how a corporation can make a difference in the area of responsible business practices. We look at gender as a critical focal point in this. Would you want to explain how we go about doing this in the course?
So, in fact, the whole idea is to use the gender lens to look at a host of practices. It could be investing, it could be reporting, it could be the supply chains, it could be their hiring practices, it could be their promotion practices, it could be any of it. So just to use the gender lens, and our assumption is that when you use the gender lens, you end up seeing things that you possibly didn't see in the organization, that are your blind spots. And once you discover them, you possibly create a level playing field for women. You also create a better playing field for other employees in the organization.
And in today's environment, it's really sort of clear that corporations are being pulled and pressured into behaving in a manner which has to be necessarily responsible and involving all stakeholders. It cannot be a focus only on profits and return on investment. So with those pulls and pressures where corporations are being propelled to move in the direction of responsible business practices, and gender being an extremely important area in the Indian context, where we are almost at the bottom of the Gender Development Index, we thought it would be extremely relevant to offer a course like this at this point in time. And what we are also doing, since an important part of this course is, as Neharika mentioned, looking at women within the organization as well as the supply chain, as well as in the CSR activities, we lay a fair amount of emphasis also, not just on the explicit biases, but much more on the implicit biases, which prevents the playing field from being level, and hence a lot of design interventions which help leveling the playing field. So the focus is on how to use design interventions to actually create a more meritocratic environment.
And to move away from this belief that you can actually get people to remove their biases. We're saying biases are there, they're universal, and you can never get rid of them. In fact, only thing people can do or organizations can do is to design for the human mind to not behave in a biased manner. I think what we would also like to share is this is possibly for the first time in any business school, a course like this has been designed and mounted. And our experience of the 27 students that we have, half male and half female, is that it's an enriching discourse for them as well.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things which we've seen in the class, since we're talking about subliminal biases, we see that process being played out in the class itself, and that for me personally has also been an enriching experience where we're talking about something and we see the effect of that being played out in the class.